First, I'm going to show how Roman numerals work. In this video, we're only going to do I, V, X, L, and C. I is 1, V is 5, X is 10, L is 50, and C is 100. So let's say we have XCXLIV. Most people think you just add all the letters up, but that's actually not how they work. Sometimes you add them up, but for example, with this first X, if the one to the right of it is greater, then it's actually subtracted. So here it's minus 10 and then plus 100 because this X is smaller than this C. This X is negative because this L is greater, so negative 10. And then the L is plus 50. And then the I is minus 1, and then the V is plus 5. So then we have 90 plus 40 plus 4. And that works out to be 134. So XCXLIV is 134. I built these three machines that all do the same thing in different ways. They take a button and they only allow one or no output. So whichever button I choose, you'll see the output here and then on this lamp, and then a reset button at the bottom. These two use copper bulbs, so they work slightly differently. This one and this one have these sliders on the side, and then this one just has a row of observers going down, so it has inconsistent timings. This one, the output goes out the side, and then these two, the output goes out the back. This one's the shortest, so that's the one I'm going to use for the actual thing. A while ago, I made this decimal adder. It takes in signal strengths as inputs, and then outputs a signal strength in the back. Today, I improved it and built this one, and then I decided to improve it again, and I built this one, which is considerably smaller. And then, also today, I built this subtractor, which fits in the same footprint as the adder down there. So now I'll demonstrate adding 1 and 99. So right now, I didn't add 1 yet, so it just says 99. If I add 1, you'll see the carries, and then 1, 0, 0, 100. So 99 plus 1 is 100. And then here's the subtractor. It subtracts this number from this number. So I'll put in 100. Look at that. And right now it's outputting 100. And then I'll subtract 1. Like this. And you'll also see the carries move. And it says 99. So there we go. Now we can move them together. Everything looks good. There we go. And it's moved together. Now we have an adder and subtractor in the same place that we can use. I've started to put everything together here. And the one thing we need to do is detect if the one on the right is larger than the letter. This circuit is a good way to do that. So if we have a V here and an X here, you'll see that it turns on because the X is bigger than the V. If this is an L, it does not turn on because an L is not bigger than an X. I added in the positives and negatives, and you can see them carry over with these slime blocks and redstone block on the top, and then that will activate each one of these, turning it to either add or subtract. So let's input XIV. XIV is 14, so it should output 14. You see 0, 1, 4. That's 14. So it looks like it's working. Now let's expand it and add the screen. I've stacked the whole thing out, but before we make the screen on the end, I'm going to test it one more time. C, X, C, L, I, X, I, V. And that should be 253 if it all worked. We see 2, 5, and 3. So it did work. Now I'll make the display. I made the displays, and now you can see that it outputs 253. Now I'm going to clear it and test that. Now ironically here, the thing that broke was not the calculator, but the display. It should say 0. And the inputs to the display are all off. So the machine did output 0. Now I'm going to try one more number. That's XCXLIV, and that should be 134. And the display's output 134. So there we go. That's a complete Roman numeral calculator.